Okay, so with this question here, all right, the 8 here is not inside the modulus, so we can take that 8 over to the side first. Okay, and we'll see if we take away then, you do the opposite. So you get mod of 5x equals 20, and then replace the mod of 5x with plus or minus 5x, which equals 20. So then you've either got the 5x equals 20 with the plus option, or the negative 5x equals 20. Okay, so that means x will equal 4 in that case, or you'll have x will equal 20 divided by negative 5, so x will equal minus 4. Okay, so you've got the two answers there. Second question here, we get, in this case you've got a modulus this side and modulus that side, but notice the two moduluses are the same, so what we can do is group them together. So if we've got 2 mod x here, that minus 3 mod x, take it all over the other side, so it becomes a plus 3 mod x, and then that will equal 9, and then take that 1 over this side. So you can see what I'm doing. Getting the modulus is onto one side, the 2 mod x and the minus 3 mod x taken over, becomes a plus 3 mod x, and then on the right side I've got 9, and I take that 1 over, 9 take away 1. So this becomes 5 mod x equals 8. Now what I would do next is now to get the mod on its own, modulus on its own, I take the 5 over the side. Of course I need to divide because that's 5 times, so I'm going to divide, I get 8/5. And then of course the mod of x is this, so that means x could either be 8/5 or x will equal negative 8/5. Next question, you've got this here. Now in this case we've got a division. Treat it like a normal equation. You've got an x here. Think about what you'd normally do. If you're dividing by this, you'd be thinking, well, maybe take it over to the side so we get the x on the top. So I would take the whole thing over, right? So you end up having 6 multiply, isn't it? Okay. So you take the 2 mod x over, 6 multiply it. So this becomes 3 mod x plus 1 equals 12 mod x. Okay, 6 times 2 is 12. Then get the mod x's onto one side. I think in fact it might be better in this case if I leave the 1 there and take that mod 3x over there, because it works out a bit nicer, doesn't it, in terms of our numbers. That becomes 9, becomes positive 9 mod x. Of course, to get mod x now on its own, I need to take that 9 over and divide. So 1/9 equals mod x, which means then x could either equal 1/9 or x could equal minus 1/9. Okay, with this question here, again we want to get mod x. We want to work out what x is, don't we? But we've got to get to it first, right? And it's sort of tucked inside this equation, 4 mod x minus 3. But also then you've got a square root over the whole thing. So we need to sort of get rid of everything so we end up with x on its own. First thing to get rid of is the one on the outside, the square root. So we could think of taking the square root over the other side, and we will do the opposite, of course, which is squaring. Okay, so we're taking that over and we got rid of the square root, right? Or we're squaring both sides. It depends how you see that. Okay, squaring this side, it gets rid of the square root. Squaring that side, you end up with 49. All right. Then, of course, deal with the minus 3. Just take it over. Okay. Do that, it's not involved with the modulus, so that's 52. And then mod x, then of course get rid of the 4. 52 divided by 4 is 13. Okay, so mod x is 13. So again, and if mod x is 13, x could either be 13 or actually x could also be minus 13. Okay. So this other one is similar to what we've just done, but this time we've got a power. Rather than it being a square root, we've got a power here, a third. Now remember, a third is just cube root, isn't it? So I mean, I suppose I could write it like this. Okay, I could write it like that, couldn't I? That's what a power third is cube root. So in order now to get x on its own, I need to get rid of this cube root, and in order to do that, I need to cube, don't I? Cube both sides, okay? Or take the square cube root over, and then do the opposite, which is cubing here. So if I cube both sides, I have 3 mod x, take away 8, and then I cube this. Okay, so 3 mod x, take away 8 is 64. 3 mod x will be 64 plus 8, so 3 mod x will be 72. So mod x then will be 72 divided by 3, so mod x will be 24. Okay, so that means then x is either 24 or x is equal to negative 24. This question here, again you've got moduluses on both sides, right? Get them onto the same side. You notice they're the same moduluses, so we end up having 2 mod x minus 4 plus 3 mod x minus 4. So we get that over, it becomes a plus. That equals then 9. Take the minus 1 over, it becomes plus 1. So this becomes 5 mod x minus 4. Okay, there's 2 there and there's 3 there, so it makes 5 of them, equals 10. That means then mod x minus 4 will equal 10 divided by 5. So mod x minus 4 will equal 2. Alright, now you've got this situation going on. Of course, now to solve this, now we replace the mod x with plus or minus. Okay, equals to 2. And then we can solve what x is, we can work it out. So we replace the mod with plus or minus. Let's look at the plus option. So the plus option just simply means we end up having x minus 4 equals 2. So that means x will equal 6. The negative option will be minus that bracket. So we have minus x plus 4 equals 2. So that means minus x will equal, if we take that 4 over, you end up minus 2. So x will equal 2. So you've got your 2 answers there.